richer than I ever been. The richest that I ever been. The richest that I ever been. Richer than I ever been.
Most of the deals you're going to be pitched in, with real estate related is going to be syndications, which is just private deals where they're trying to get you into an apartment complex, a big building, what have you. So and those can be good deals, but I would say really look at the numbers as far as what are they projecting their returns are going to be. If you're starting to see outrageous like 30, 40, 50% returns, like from my experience, that's just not really realistic in a syndication. I'm looking at stuff in the teens and up to like mid 20s. If it's a development, it could be higher, but you gotta wait. But so that's a big marker. Are they being outlandish with what they're projecting? And then I really like to look at fees because you got to understand when you're getting into a syndication, which is, like I said, just a bigger deal that you're getting into, there's going to be fees baked into what they got to get paid. They got to make money. They got to operate the whole thing. But sometimes they're getting greedy, just like financial advisors. These people, they think they've been running, these funds for a long time, so they're upping their prices just because they can. So a standard for me is there's something called an acquisition fee, which is like, all right, once they acquire it, there's a fee baked in. And that's one of the first things I look at because if it's anything above 2%, it's a red flag for me because to me, you're making too much money before you even execute. You just bought the property and you're already getting two and a half, three and that. Like you're being too greedy. So that's just one marker. Like right off the bat is like, what are some of these fees that are associated, and is it within the range that's accepted within the industry? And from there, then it's just does the deal make sense, and are their projections realistic and reasonable?
Yeah, yeah, everything you just said is dead on. Pay attention to your fees. I think that's the biggest thing. But now you gotta understand there will be fees, right? Because you pay for convenience, right? And that's any space in America, right? You pay for convenience. And what I mean by that is, I give this example is, you can go to Burger King and buy a Whopper, fries, or whatever. I think it's like $12 nowadays, or something like that. Or you can go to the grocery store or whatever it is. But you go to the grocery store and buy, a 10 patties for $12 and just go make it yourself, right? You're paying for convenience, and it's the same concept as far as for the real estate game, right? That's one of the main reasons I decided to kind of start doing it myself. I was investing in syndications, but what you have to realize is there's a bunch of people that have to get paid before you get paid, right? Because they're putting the work in, like rightfully so. But going back to what DK said is, let's see how, like, just make sure they're not being greedy with it. You know what I'm saying? If most people, if the standard is 1% on an acquisition fee or on a disposition fee or whatever it may be, then don't like pay attention. Make sure it's not 2.5, not 3%. Like that's the biggest piece. And then the other part is know who you're getting in business with. You know what I'm saying? Know who the sponsor is. Know if their track record is what they say it is. Do your research before you go hand somebody $50,000, $100,000 to invest with them. So I would say knowing who the sponsor is and then understanding the fee structure is everything.